Last video, we talked about building the foundation of your investment, defining your goals, property type, and even your financial guardrails. And today we're moving to step number 2, actually searching and finding and screening these properties. Because in reality, not every single deal in College Station is gonna be a good investment. Some can look great on paper, but start to fall apart as you look further into them. And most buyers waste time chasing properties on the weekends that don't actually even fit any of their goals. In this video, there's 3 main things that I'm gonna teach you how to do when screening properties online here in College Station. The first one is being able to properly search for properties online. Number 2 are actually using some local tools that most buyers don't actually know exist. And number 3 is gonna be how to screen a property in 90 seconds or less. That way you're not wasting your time on all of these properties that may not even fit your needs. That way you can solely focus on properties that are actually worth your valuable time. This is your first time on my channel. My name is Rylan. I'm a local real estate agent here in College Station with the Stuart and Jane Group. I help Aggie parents every single semester decide if renting a place for their student or buying a place for a student makes the most sense. In this series, I'm breaking down every single step it takes to make a smart investment here in College Station and major things to avoid. Hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss my next post and follow along in this series. That way you can learn exactly my strategies that I'm teaching my clients every single day. With that being said, let's keep moving. First, let's talk about where to actually search for properties. Now, the most common place is probably going to be Zillow or Realtor.com, and for a decent reason, but all of these websites are sourced directly from our MLS. Now, the MLS stands for Multiple Listing Services. This is the most accurate and up-to-date resource that you can find all of these real estate properties. Now, the catch is that you don't have access to it unless you're also a Texas realtor. As an agent, I oftentimes take for granted how accurate the MLS is, and I definitely don't envy those who only search on Zillow. In my opinion, the best thing you can do is connect with a local agent who can set you up on some sort of property campaign that's directly connected with our MLS. Now here's the catch. You have to give your information to an agent here in town that you may not know very well, and they can actually start spamming you with all kinds of properties that don't even fit anything you're looking for. I get it. I would hate to do that as well. Now, if you can find someone you trust who's actually gonna send you reliable properties that actually fit what you're looking for, that's probably your best bet. The best platform I've found is Real Scout. I use it for all of my clients and their property campaigns. Super accurate and up to date, and I trust it with all the info that I'm putting in. I don't just stop at active properties. I'm also doing coming soon and price reductions as well. That way you, as the consumer, can keep an eye on all things coming on and off the market. Here's why I think saved searches are your best route. You can put in your criteria, the property type, sales price, bedrooms, bathrooms, things like that, HOA, no HOA, and it saves it, and it'll ping your phone every time a property is coming on the market, even if you're not doom scrolling Zillow at night. You can create multiple searches. You can create a condo search, a townhome search, or a single family search. You can do all of them at one time, but then it just jumbles them all in there, of course. And I found it great to section these out. That way you have specific emails with specific properties. That way you're not getting confused. Now, Zillow and Realtor.com, they are valuable. Yes, they're great to take a look at multiple things at one time. They can just become a hassle a lot of times. And honestly, some of the data on there is super inaccurate and sometimes misleading. Now, that's not a blanket statement, but whenever you're looking at accuracy ratios on information, majority of the times you're going to find the property websites that are directly linked with MLS are going to be more accurate than Zillow or Realtor.com data. Now let's talk about some off-market opportunities that may be in your best interest. If you already have some friends and family that live in College Station or some Aggie parents that are already investing in College Station, talk to those people, figure out who they know, friends of them that they may know that may be looking to sell their investment. Use your network to your best ability to find hidden deals here in College Station. All right, now let's move on to some local tools that can actually really help you stand out when you're looking into these College Station investments. As a realtor that lives here in town and has been for a while now, the local knowledge actually gives you a huge advantage over people that just show up and buy a property on their first trip here without doing any prep work. Let me be clear. The Texas A&M shuttle routes drives a huge demand here in College Station, and that's no secret. Many students prefer not to drive. They prefer not to deal with the whole parking situation and buying a parking pass. They just want to hop on the bus and go exactly where they need to go and then get some steps in. Now, if your property sits near one of these Texas A&M shuttle routes, you could be positioning yourself for a great investment that does not have any trouble getting leased out when your student eventually moves out. Now on the MLS, I can see if the property is on the shuttle route or if it's, a certain number of blocks away. That information's all there. But for the average consumer, you can't see that. And the reason why you can't see that is because these big corporations don't actually know this local knowledge that makes a big deal in our markets. They just can't keep up with all the little nuances in every single market here in Texas. These Texas A&M bus routes make it to where you don't have to be right next to campus in order to have a high demand. As long as you're close to a shuttle route, it might as well be the same thing. Now, as the investor, how do you even know if these properties are going to be on the bus route, going to be 4 blocks away, 20 blocks away, or even not even close at all? Texas A&M actually has these bus routes on their website. They're a little bit difficult to find, but I'm always sending them to my clients whenever they're discussing things like this, and I'm happy to send it your way if you reach out to me. Moving on to some congested zones around Kyle Field and Texas A&M campus that you may want to avoid if you're looking into a long-term rental situation. These areas like George Bush and University Drive get super packed during game day weekends, and it can be a hassle if you're trying to have some tenants long-term. However, owning just outside of these zones still provides great convenience to anywhere in town, but keeps you out of that crazy game day traffic. It's super important to know these little local things that may cause tenants to either go with your property or pass on your property. Next, let's talk about flood zones here in Bryan College Station and how they can literally make or break your deal. It is so important to be checking flood maps before you ever even try to tour a home or even start running numbers on this property. Even if the property is cheap, flood insurance can skyrocket your monthly payments and actually ruin your entire deal as far as a cash flow basis. And not to mention, it can make resale even tougher. So many of my clients come to me and say absolutely no flood zones, or even I want to be far away from them as possible. Now, I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm just saying that this is what people are telling me every single day when I'm talking to them about buying here in town. It's a big concern and something that I always want to be open about. Now, of course, there's a way to check out these flood maps on the FEMA's website. They can get a little confusing, but I'm happy to share that link with you and my kind of helpful tips on navigating all of those things. Again, feel free to reach out to me. There's like 1,000 different ways to in the description. Happy to get you hooked up with these resources. Let's talk about how to screen a property within 90 seconds or less. Now, if you go with a property campaign from a trusted real estate professional in Bryan College Station, depending on your scheduling, as far as how often they're sending you the properties, there could be a ton of properties in your inbox. And how are you supposed to sort through 60 listings with limited time? It's important to focus on a few crucial things when looking at properties and moving quickly through these. Now, this strategy isn't here to completely rule out properties. It's to identify the ones that you need to take more time on. You should know within 90 seconds if a property is worth more of your time or not. And here's what I mean, and here's what you really need to focus on. HOA fees are probably gonna be one of your biggest ones because they can kill cash flow super quickly when looking into condos or townhomes. Understanding what these costs are covering and how often they're occurring are super crucial when evaluating your monthly cash flow basis. Next, most important thing is looking at the layout and floor plan. To really try and focus on function and not necessarily the finishes of the property. Equal sized bedrooms is nice, balanced bathrooms is a huge plus, and honestly, parking is a big deal here in College Station. So if the property seems to have great parking, that is something that is worth taking some time to look at. And in my opinion, clean common areas matter much more than some fancy granite countertops. A property that can live well will also rent well over the long-term life of this property. Okay, next is location. Pull it up on a map. Hopefully your property campaign has one attached to it. Pull it up on a map and see where everything is at. Is it close to the TAMU bus route stops? Is it outside those really bad game day traffic zones? Is it in or near a flood zone? These simple details can really separate a good investment from an actual headache. Now, if it passed all of these things, don't get too attached just yet. If this property is located in an HOA, it is super important to understand the rental restrictions that this HOA may be enforcing. Some of these HOAs can limit student renters, short-term rentals, and lease terms. If the rules aren't aligning with your goals, move on immediately, plain and simple. To wrap all this up, the 90-second rule is just a quick and efficient way to get some of this basic criteria out of the way so you can know if this property deserves more of your time or not. The faster you can eliminate the bad fits, the quicker you'll find the good investments. And that's the whole goal. This is the stage that serious investors separate themselves from the basic buyers. Anybody, and I mean anybody, can doom scroll Zillow late at night and look at cute pictures. Now, of course, you're gonna want the pictures to look pretty, Me too. I want that for you as well. But when it comes to investing for your student, you have to have clear identified goals, and you need to be able to execute on these things without getting too attached. Very few know how to filter these properties correctly. By screening faster and searching smarter, you'll actually find properties that are worth your time on the weekends. When a good deal hits your inbox, you'll know exactly what it needs to look like and how to execute on it before it gets swept off the market. No scrambling, no trying to figure out if this is good or bad. You know what your criteria is and you know how to execute on it. Okay, that about wraps up this video. Step 2 in investing in College Station is learning how to screen and search for properties efficiently. I'm a big believer in these MLS alerts. They actually send you properties that are going to be closer to what you're looking for and not just one big sea of listings. As long as you can set them up for your actual criteria and you're not just getting spammed every single day with stuff that doesn't even fit your bill, they can be a super strong tool for you and your student. Lean on the local data, dive into these shuttle routes, dive into the flood maps, understand the layouts of these properties. And most importantly, if it does not fit within the 90-second rule, filter it out. Don't get too attached to this property. And if you're finding yourself not being able to filter these that fast, you're kind of all over the place, it may be smart to take a step back and revisit your goals and what you're looking for in a property. Next week, we're going to dive off and do some numbers. That way you know exactly what a property is going to look like on paper before you're ever even making an offer. If you'd like my personal screening process worksheet, feel free to shoot me a DM, text, call, whatever. Again, there's 1,000 ways to connect with me down in the description. Happy to get that over to you. I hope you're enjoying this series so far. I help Aggie parents do this every single semester. This is nothing new. Leave a subscribe so you're not missing my next post, and I will see you next week.